Hey guys, it's May May, and tonight I am going to do a little SaCrafters project that I've been wanting to do for a little while, and it has to do with these little guys. I'm using my, I don't care if it gets dirty mat, so it's kind of dirty. Okay, so these are little shadow boxes, or they're whatever you want to do with them. They don't have to be shadow boxes, and I am going to make a pendant or 2 or 5 or 10 out of them. I think that this is so cute. I never know if I say her channel name right. Hectagonuga, I think is how you say it. Kind of like Hectagonuga or something like that. I'm not sure if that's how you say it, but she made some pendants out of mail that you just get, you know, just junk mail you get. And so we are going to do that ourselves. Okay, so these are the smaller squares that you get, and these are the ones that fit inside of this frame piece. So you get all of these. Let me count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 8 there. And then of the frames itself, there should be 8. I'm not sure. Let me see. Yes, there are 8 frames. And then you get 8 of the big squares. So I'm going to make the big squares with a frame on them like this, because I just think that would be very pretty. And then I'm going to make the smaller frames just like they are. Okay, so let's get started. Here's what we're going to do. I get this catalog in the mail, and it's just a Lane Bryant catalog, and I just think it's kind of pretty. And here's what you do. This is, it's really kind of neat. You find something in here that you like the way it looks, and you just use it for your project. And here's how I'm going to start. I think that this is really pretty right here. So I'm going to take this. See how that looks? Isn't that neat? And I'm going to cut it out. And I'm just going to use, this is a Tim Holtz or a tonic knife. I'm going to use it, and I'm just going to run up the side. Like so. Then the same over here. And I'm actually cutting on the outside of the frame because I want to be able to glue it down all the way and make sure I have plenty of, you know, make sure I have it all covered. Oops. Can't go around my finger. There we go. Let's take that guy out. So there's one, and I know that's, it seems kind of weird, doesn't it? But it really is kind of cool. Wait till we get done and you'll see that it's like using fancy paper. It's really pretty in there, look. And it just looks really kind of neat. Okay, so I'm going to find several places in the catalog. Let's look for another one. That's the other cool thing about the frame, is you can lay it and see what you get and decide if that's what you want. Oh, I like this. I like the stripy part. I might do that on a smaller one. And let's look for more colors. And just for the last few, I had these little pieces that came out of a scrapbook set. I'm going to do some of these too. I think this will be neat. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do that one, and I'm going to do this one. I like the way this looks too. So what I would do is go ahead and pick what you want to paint. Go ahead and get those out. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the bigger ones. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I need 5 of those. of those. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. There we go. And I still have some left over for another project. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do some painting. I'll move my pieces off to the side for a minute. Put some wax paper down. That's just easier it's quicker cleanup for me. All right, guys, so now we're really going to step outside the box. I'm going to use nail polish for this one. I have 3 different nail polishes. I have a blue glitter, I have a red glitter, and a very silver pewtery color. And the first thing I'm going to do is paint the frames for the pictures. I'm going to start with this red. This will probably take a couple coats because it's going onto this wood, but that's okay because you can easily, you know, put it on, let it dry, and come back. Okay, let those dry. And I think what we're going to do, I think I'm going to paint the edges of these since the papers will run all the way up. I think I'm going to do the edges. I think that'll be cute. So let's see, I'm going to do one in this blue. Wow, that is just shimmering so pretty. I'm going to set that down and let that dry. And I'm going to go ahead and do the back in the blue also because I can put a clear coat over it. It'll be so pretty on the back side, so if it flips over on your neck, it'll still look very pretty. All right, I'm gonna let those dry and do a second coat, and then we will start on the gluing. Okay guys, while I was waiting on those to dry, sorry, something's on my throat. While I was waiting on those to dry, I had a little fun with some burlap. I keep thinking I'll get tired of this burlap, but I just simply don't. And let me show you what I did. I went in and I made squares in my little graphics program, the size that I needed, and then I put on them just different little things that I can glue onto these and make pendants. And I tried doing a picture of my boys and it did not work out. I want to show you. Like from there it looks like it did, but up close it's just a big blur. But it really looks like it did right there, but look. See, it's just a blur. But anyway, these other ones are super cute and I'm going to cut them out and use them on top of the pendants. But I want to show you where we're at. All of these have dried and look at this shimmer. And there's no clear coat on this. It's just the nail polish. I'm in love. And here's a cool one. It didn't, all right. This is obviously the old wood and not the MDF. It has a grain in it and that's okay. It looks really good. But this allowed me, the smoother wood allowed me to put a texture in the nail polish itself. So that looks really cool. And I want to glue one together so bad. But I want to prepare some for the burlap pieces too. So what I'm going to do is move these out of the way for now because they're, I'll tell you what, I'll just slide everything up. They're completely dry. I mean, they are firm, solidly dry. I can't mess these up now. And you do want to let them sit to dry because, I mean, you know how nail polish is. Once you mess with it, you've messed with it. And here's what I did. I went into my nail polish stash and I found, ooh, I'm going to have just enough. Well, I don't need this one because that one didn't work out. Okay, I found this black glitter that I got as a present from somebody, I don't know who, but I thought, well, that would be cool. A little black glitter to go along with, let me get these over here, to go along with that burlap. I think that'll be pretty. I'm so in love with that burlap. I just keep finding ways to use it and finding ways to use it. I think this is gonna, oh, this is some thick nail polish, which can be good, but I guess it can be bad. Good thing is you can always thin out nail polish, you know, with a little bit of remover. Don't go crazy with that, but you can always stick a little bit in there and thin it out a bit. All right, I'm going to do all of these black because the burlap pieces are going on them. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that and we'll get right back together. All right, so with these, because we cut all these pieces from our magazine that we want to put on them, I'm going to go ahead and get started on those. They are so cute. And I got to remember what goes where. And some of this was scrapbook paper, remember? Some of it was little pieces. I love this one, love, love, love this one. And I know this is going on red. So let's start with it. And I'm going to glue it down. And then I'm going to do whatever trimming. Yep. Okay. I'm going to use this turbo tacky glue because I want it to be pretty fast. And this is small enough that I don't think I'll get too much. I'm the queen of getting too much glue out of the bottle. I'm just kind of smearing it everywhere just to make sure we get good adhesion. All right, and then this little dude is going to go here. And I noticed when I did the dry fit on it, I wanted the lips to show more than I had them, so I'm going to move it up just a little bit, but still making sure that the frame that I'm going to put on it is going to cover. And now I'm going to, if you have this, do this, I'm going to brayer it down just so I know, because this is a thin paper that we got out of that magazine, and I just want to make sure that every spot I can get down is down. Okay, I feel like this is dry enough for me to go do some trimming. So I'm just going to lay this down and trim away that portion. Any that hangs off, because, you know, I'm going to put the frame on these big guys. Cute, cute so far. Okay, now we're going to glue some frames down, and I know this one gets a red frame. So I'm going to glue this one down. I'm using such a scant amount, but it's still going to be too much. I never get it right, so I'm sure it will bleed out. Then I'm just going to place this exactly. And this wet glue moves a good bit, so I'm going to pick it up and feel with my fingers and make sure that I'm nice and flush. Now I'm going to be doing some clear coating on these, so that glue that's kind of sticking out in the middle doesn't bother me too much. So the biggest thing is I want to make sure this is sealed down nice and snug. And I'm going to let that sit aside for a second. That is really cool, y'all. It's different, and I like it because it's outside the box for me. I love these lips. I think they're adorable, and I think they're going to be really cute for Valentine's Day jewelry wearing. You know, if you wanted to, and there's no reason you couldn't, you could do matching earrings out of the smaller ones. There's no reason you couldn't, because a lot of times earrings are, you know, fairly big nowadays, and those aren't that big. Okay, so here we go. We have all of those put together and all of these. And if I had to guess, everybody has a different favorite. So let me know in the comments, so you know, which ones are your favorite so far. Now, I'm excited to do the burlap ones. And look, I'm kind of liking, because of the burlap look, I'm kind of liking how this is drying with almost a variegated black and khaki color. I don't know if it's going to show up as well there, but like this one for real. See how it's kind of black and khaki? I really like that. So I'm going to go ahead and cut out those burlap pieces while those continue to dry. And I don't think I'm putting another coat on them because I think they look cool like that. Super fun. Okay. I don't think these are anywhere near. They are dry. Good. Let's glue them. Okay. Going to glue on some burlap. Probably going to be a little heavier with my glue this time so that the glue will get up between the burlap. I'm really excited about these because I love that burlap, and I think this will be a cute way to use it. Because if you wanted to make something specific for somebody, you know, if you wanted to put their name on a pendant. I did one with an A for Amy. I love this cameo. I love the burlap with the cameo. I think that's neat. I'm going to braid it just a bit. No, look at that. Isn't that neat? I think it is. I feel like my light is too dark. I'm sorry if it is, but I'll get this worked out. This new, or return to the old setup, is kind of weird for me too. Okay. I'm gonna let those dry a little bit longer. I don't feel like they're quite, they're feeling a little more tacky the more I touch them. So I'm gonna set them aside and let them do a little more drying before we go too crazy with those. And I'm gonna bring my wax paper back over. And I want to show you my plan. I hope this works. Not 100% sure about this part. This could be what ruins the whole thing. Maybe I should try one first and then the rest. I think I will. Okay, I'm going to try this one first. Remember me telling you about this stuff called Triple Thick? It's a brilliant brush on gloss and glaze. And you literally can brush it on and you don't really get bubbles. I have it in this little bottle here. And I'm going to go inside of this and kind of layer it. And I'm just going to push it to the edges first. And then I'm just going to fill it in. Then I'm going to drop it like this. Now, in doing this, you're going to have to be sure that you put this on a flat surface to dry. Now, if you wanted to at this point, you could embed things in this. If you wanted to do some beads or a charm or something like that, you can embed it. And that would be super cute, super cute. Now for these, I'm going to show you how this brushes so well, because I'm just going to brush cover these. And what I'm going to do is put a dot of product in the middle and then just brush it out. I actually used this product one time and made myself a cell phone case. I actually took an old cell phone case and blinged it up. I can't remember exactly how I did it. I think I used canvas, and then I put a lot of bling on it, and then I coated it in this triple thick, and it lasted me a long time. What I love is that this is brushable, because it just works so good. And I'll just let that sit. Okay, I think I got everything covered. We'll move these to a flatter surface. My mat that I have here, I melted it with a heat gun, so it has a bubble to it. So I'm trying to get these off the mat and put them to the side so they're on the flat part of the desk. That way they don't get any. Because if you sit this triple thick on a surface that's tilted, it will run. It's very, very movable like that. It really runs. This might still be a little wet, so I'm going to put the glue onto here. Look at that. They're cute. Now, you know, I'm just thinking, these don't have to be pendants. Like, now that I'm getting them done, I'm thinking, you know, these would be cute on projects. Like, if you wanted to make, if you were making like a shadow box and you just wanted to put some of these in there, they would be super cute like that. They do not have to be pendants. I know I watched Jane one time make a bunch of charms and, or a bunch of tiles, art tiles. That's what she called them. And she just used them on projects and they turned out super cute. So if you want to make something like this up, throw it in your stash, and then when you're doing some project where you need an art tile, you've got it, and it's one that you created yourself. Okay, now everything is wet, so I'm gonna have to step away and let this dry. So I'm gonna do that. So I'm just gonna turn off the camera, let this dry, and we'll get back together. I wanted to, around these edges, just make sure that they are even. This little emery board has seen better days. I love the smell of Mod Podge. It's weird, I know. So what I'm going to do is kind of pat it into the grooves first, to kind of make it a solid piece. Now you really don't have to worry about this burlap fraying, you know, in big pieces, because it's laminated on the back. So it's going to stay together, but this will let us see what it looks like if we want to kind of preserve it for a long time. Now I'm just going to try to get a nice even coat, and once this dries we can also sand the edges of it. I really think I'm going to like it. I'm going to go ahead with it. I think, especially on these that aren't, that don't have the frame around them. But first I'm going to trim this up because I know it's too long. Let's get rid of some while we can. Now I'm going to go inside here and carefully paint it out. And if I get out of the edges, it's not going to be a big deal because I'm still going to clear coat, you know, the rest of it. But I think it'll be a nice finishing touch to go ahead and matte out this inside. And I think it's good to seal it. You're going to, you know, you want to wear these for a long time, so let's seal them up. While those are drying, I want to go ahead and do the edges on these. And what I've decided is I'm going to go ahead and do the paint again, the nail polish, just like I did. I'll get a little more wax paper out. Just like I did on the back. I want to put an edge of color to match. And this one was red. I'm just going to paint that edge around here. Remember this stuff from Saw? Ugh, that I'm in love with, that I want to just wrap around my neck and wear it everywhere I go. Well, I am going to try it on some of these dudes, okay? And I will show you what I'm going to do. Okay. And these right here I can work on because they're just drying on the inside. But I want to put these pearls around the edges. I do know that it takes 5 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to go ahead and cut them off. Because I think if I do it this way, it'll be easier. Let me sit this guy down. I just need one more for this one. I don't know if I'm going to do pearls on that one. I just think on this cameo it'll be cute. And I'm going to use turbo glue. That's cute. Okay, I'm gonna set that one to dry. And I don't think I'm gonna put pearls on this one because it doesn't really lean to pearls. I think I'm going to just paint it with the black and see what we get. I think this one would make a perfect art tile. I just really like that one. I'm going to sit it up on the wax paper because I got a little black on the edges. Alright, it's just time to let things dry. So I'm going to take a break, let things dry, and we'll get back together.